X Factor here or what?
Looks like it, doesn't it? Do you want something special now?
Oh, my dad thought you might be able to make use of these. Putting the kids' clothes in or something.
Oh, tell him thanks, love.
Oh, and he told me to tell you that he knew you'd be up to your eyes next. So do you want to come round for some tea?
That's very nice of him. I probably just got myself a Chinese or something.
And do you want to get Lee and Jim out the way for a while? They can come and play with me till bedtime.
Really nice of you, that, love. But they're at their Auntie Marcy's tonight. Give me a chance to get a head start, you know. I don't know. What we're going to do without good neighbours like you, eh?
Do you want anything from the shop?
Sorry, love. Only if you're going.
Yeah, I am.
Couldn't get us some bleach, could you? I can give the toilet a clean before I go.
OK.
Great. There's some money on the worktop by the sink, love.
Are you throwing these out?
No, I just got them for packing plates and things, you know.
Oh, can I have this one?
Of course you can.
It's got a picture of Chesney Hawkes in.
You like him, do you?
Yeah, well, I never used to, but I seen him singing live on the telly and it was great. Well, not many of them can do that, you know. My dad was telling me about all them backing tracks and things.
Not like your half fellow with his guitar in the garden, eh?
No, my dad could do with backing tracks.
Hey, I'll tell him that when I see him. Unless I've disappeared under this lot. Thanks, love.
Ja.
Aye, aye.
All right, mate. Thought you'd pop your clogs there for a minute.
My nan's not long gone. Still recovering from the air bashing, you know.
Yeah, I can only stay half an hour. I'm on duty.
Well, they'll get you on the radio if they want you, won't they?
So how are you feeling?
Bored.
What, even with all these fit nurses giving you bed baths?
I should be so lucky. So, have you brought me anything, like?
Bad news. You're going to have a visitor.
Who?
Well, someone who knows you like a father and loves you like a brother.
Who?
Sergeant Williams.
Oh, no. Look at the state of me. When's he coming?
Well, you know what he's like. He's got it down to a fine art. I mean, the moment you don't want him to come, he'll appear. He'll probably catch you filling your bottle or something.
Yeah. Help us, will you?
Are you sure you should be getting out of bed without the doctor's permission?
They said I could sit in the armchair if I was feeling up to it, you know.
Oh, so now Sergeant Williams has come, you're suddenly feeling up to it, are you?
Too right. I'm not having Williams see me lying in bed.
Oh, yeah. Take it easy, lad.
So how is Rod, then?
I think he's on the mend, thanks.
Oh, good. We were all so upset when we heard.
I'm sure, yeah.
Makes you wonder what the world's coming to, doesn't it?
I know, yeah. Well, I'm on my way, so I don't want to be late for him.
We'll give him our best regards, won't you?
I will, yeah.
How you girls? Oh, it's getting cold out there. I'm not late, am I? Been to see our lad.
10 minutes, but under the circumstances, you're forgiven.
How is he?
Ah, he's bruised all over, isn't he? Poor lad. Still, he seems cheerful enough, though.
Oh, I think I better go.
Oh, hang on a minute. I'll walk down with you. Collect my wages from my proper job. At least they pay me, not like Ronnie. Will you be all right, Julia?
Yeah, fine, fine. Ready for all comers.
Bye now.
Tell him that his nan's still thinking about him.
I will, yeah.
Ron will be in later, all right?
Yeah, fine, fine.
If Sergeant Williams finds out why I was beaten up, he'll go mad. He already warned me off this arcade business, you know.
Yeah, well, maybe you should have listened to him. Maybe that's why he's a sergeant and you're still a constable. And only just, eh? He could just as easily be burying you today as visiting you. Just because you thought you knew best. Why do you think the force has procedures, Rod? So things like this don't happen, that's why.
I thought you were supposed to be me mate.
I am your mate. That's why I'm having a go at you.
I went back because I thought the kid needed me, that's why.
Diana needed you. By her side at the church. Surely she's got to be more important to you than some kid.
Of course she is, yeah. I didn't know I wasn't going to make it, though, did I?
So what was such a big problem that this kid needed you so bad, then?
The guys who run these kids don't care what happens to them. Just as long as the money's right and it comes in on time. Craig's been causing them a lot of trouble recently. Just enough to wonder whether he's worth spending any more time on. Or if it's time he was cashed in.
What do you mean, cashed in?
Will he work out whether they'll make more off him on the streets here, or if they'll make more off him by sending him to Amsterdam?
Well, what happens to him in Amsterdam?
Big centre for it, isn't it? Once he's there, anything can happen. They even run it all by computer these days.
Computer?
The meat rack, they call it. These rings, these paedophile rings, whatever they call them.
So what did he do with the computers?
It saves these pervs having to go out on the streets looking for kids on the game. You can just phone up from some hotel room now and get whatever kid they fancy off the meat rack. These guys are just...
Sick. I suppose it makes it less likely that they get caught doing it that way. So, you reckon this kid's in Amsterdam then?
If he's still alive.
Oh, look, I'm sorry, mate, but you're gonna have to tell the sergeant all this, you know.
Tell the sergeant. I know where the sergeant stands. Behind his desk all tied up in red tape.
So, what about the kid, Craig?
I don't know. Anything could have happened by now. At least I tried, didn't I?
Listen, mate, I'm gonna have to go. If the sergeant finds me here, I'll end up looking like you.
Hey, I might be getting out tomorrow, you know.
I'll call by again, okay? Hey, don't rush it. Get better.
Instead of getting bored, eh?
Sign of a kip, eh?
Tell Ashcroft Finance what they can do with the payments.
Hello? Hello? I don't believe this. They lend you money and then when you're 1 week short on the payments, they want your blood.
You're lucky you didn't borrow it off a loan shark. You'd have no kneecaps by now.
Yeah, what I'm offering is half this week and half next week. But what's wrong with that? I'm only 1 week short on the instalments. Yeah, all right, okay. Thanks for your time.
Blown out?
1,300 quid I owe, and they're worried about me being 30 quid short on one instalment.
Well, haven't you got any of your grant left?
Well, what do you think? Come on, let's go and blag a couple of pies off me, man.
Hang on while I phone me out, girl. Tell her we'll be home late.
Hi.
Hiya.
Quiet in here.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, well, if you sold Thomas off into the white slave trade, hope you got a good price for him.
Max has taken him to town to see the Christmas lights.
Oh, brilliant. Some peace and quiet. I can get on with this lot.
I was going to go to the shop later on if there's anything you want. I'll put this by the sink, shall I?
Yeah, thanks, love.
You don't look as if you're doing very well.
Well, I thought I was until about an hour ago. I mean, I put everything away in a nice, orderly fashion so it'd be easier for the unpacking. And then it all seems to get on top of me.
Well, I could fold some clothes up for you if you like.
Thanks, love. Did your dad tell you to offer to help?
No, I just seen you sitting there so miserable. I felt sorry for you.
Well, I could use a hand if you've got a few minutes to spare.
Well, the volleys got to be packed.
Yeah, everything you see, love. It's all got to be packed.
Oh, don't be sad. It'll probably all turn out for the best.
I haven't got time to be sad. I'm playing Mr. Dad to Leo and Gemma. I'm spending more time than I should be driving, trying to cook for Terry all the time. And I'm moving house. Tell you what, even the rats wouldn't live in the place we're going.
This one's full of Christmas decorations. Where do you want it?
Not much of a Christmas for Leo and Gemma, is it? Being shunted from one childminder to another. Me working all hours, living out of boxes.
Must be hard being a grown-up sometimes, with all the responsibilities and things.
Anyhow, what did you say our fellow was making for tea?
Corned beef hash.
Yes. I'll cheer me up, won't it?
Unless he burns it again.
All right. Wasn't expecting to see you.
Ah, I thought if your own brother can't come and see you the day you're being evicted, who can?
I'm not being evicted.
Could have fooled me. Here, I hope you haven't packed the salt and vinegar. Fish and chips by the bucketful. I thought you wouldn't be into cooking.
I better go and tell my dad.
Tell him thanks anyway, eh? And you, love.
And if you got some nice neighbours wherever you're going.
Yeah, so do I.
Ciao.
Ta-ra, love.
Bye.
Well, you look made up to be moving.
They're nice, some of those, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all right. I don't suppose Dee Dee's brother's been in, has he?
Father Derek? No, I don't think so. Why were you expecting him to be?
Wait outside, will you? It won't be a minute.
It's freezing out there.
Look, just wait outside.
Hiya, love.
Hiya, Julia. Has my mum left a bag of washing for me?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, will you have to look in the back for us? It might be there.
Well, she might have, but I think I'd have seen it. I'll just check.
Okay. Hiya.
Here.
Julia, I've just bought some chewies. Do you want me to ring it in for you?
No, I'll do it, love. I like to keep things straight. I can't find any washing anyway.
Oh, never mind. I'll get off it. I've just left the money by the side of the till, OK?
Ah, you're a good lad.
See you then, Julia.
See you, love.
Wish I was at home with you.
They'll let you home soon enough. Said tomorrow if you're up to it.
I feel up to it now. Just a bit bruised, that's all.
They need to keep you under observation. You just need to be patient.
Patient, patient.
They'll let you go when they're satisfied.
It's not been a brilliant week for you, has it?
Not really.
Spoiled your big day, didn't I?
Oh, a big day, not just mine. It was horrible. I really thought you were dead, you know. I think I convinced myself to expect the worst.
I was thinking the same thing myself. When you were laying into me, I started blacking out. Thought I was gone.
All right, Sarge. Sit down, Corkill.
Thank you, sir. This is my fiancée, Diana. This is Sergeant Williams.
Pleased to meet you.
Hello.
I can come back when you're finished, if you like.
Oh, no. I was going to put these flowers in water anyway. I'll be a little while doing that.
Sorry to interrupt your honeymoon.
Yeah, it's a bit of a touchy subject, that, sir.
And has the blushing bride forgiven you for leaving us stood at the altar?
More or less, yes. She was a bit upset, but she's coming round now, you know.
And how are you feeling?
Not too bad. Getting there, you know.
No, I don't know. You want to smarten up your attitude, lad. Just because you're out of uniform doesn't mean I'm not still your sergeant.
Yes, sir.
I want a progress report about your injuries. I don't want a fireside chat about how you're feeling.
Well, I managed to avoid a lot of blows to the head, sir, but the legs took a severe kicking, and my thighs are bruised. My right shoulder's black and blue, and it's starting to turn yellow, and there's still a bit of ringing in my right ear. Apart from that, the doctor said I should be back in work in a week or so, you know.
Since when has it been up to your doctor to decide when you'll go back to work? Your doctor might tell you you are fit to go back on duty, but whether you do or not isn't up to him, is it? When you go back to work, it's up to the chief superintendent. And when I finish talking to you, I'll be going to see him. It's up to the chief super, not your doctor.
Yes, sir.
Have you thought any more about Christmas?
Oh, I should think we'll be celebrating it as normal.
No, I mean about me having time off.
What do you want to do, same as last year? Disappear off to Oldham for a week on strike?
Doesn't seem like a year ago, does it, all that fuss?
Does to me.
Yeah, well, I think I'm older and more mature than last year.
Do you think you'll be wanting the whole of the Christmas week off?
Oh, actually, I've not decided yet. Hello, 9443. Hiya. Just hang on a sec. It's for me. Excuse me. Hiya, I didn't expect you to ring.
Right, that's for me, and that's for the taxman. That's for me, and that's for the taxman. That's for me, that's for the day trip to Acapulco.
The day trip to where?
Yeah, you're right, Julia. A man can't even dream these days. Another one for the taxman.
It's a good job you're not a millionaire. The speed you're counting that lot. You could be dead before you could spend it.
I'm sorry if I'm boring you. I'm just trying to be careful, that's all.
I know what would speed you up. You should get one of those knobbly rubber thimbles. They're brilliant.
I wish you'd stop looking at me like this, you know. It's making me nervous. I've lost count now.
You've not lost count at all. You've got 285 there, 62 there, and £42.48 there.
You're good with figures, you, aren't you?
Well, it's important when money's tight, isn't it?
Money's tight, is it?
Well, isn't it?
I was just wondering, you know. That's the second hint you've given me about money, you know.
I've given no such hint at all.
You sure you're not sniffing for the right?
I am not.
Look, I have lost count now.
You've not. You've got 285 there, 62 there, and £42, 48 pence there.
Yeah. Yeah, I must be going crazy or something. I must have counted it wrong.
So it all tallies up then?
Yeah, fine, yeah. Tell you what, Jude, you can get off if you like, love. I won't be frightened here on my own.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't mind staying, you know.
No, you're all right, love. Off you go. All right.
See you, love.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Sure.
Sorry about that.
It's all right, no need to apologise.
It's just a bit personal.
So we still haven't decided about Christmas?
Yeah. I think I'll stay here.
What, all over Christmas? What about your parents?
Well, they'll be all right as long as I ring them. And you and Max will be able to go out more. And I'll be able to see Thomas open his presents.
And, see your new boyfriend?
Sorry?
Oh, sorry, I just thought it sounded a bit like a new admirer.
Oh, the phone call. Oh, no, it wasn't a boyfriend. It was just a friend. I think I'll go and sort some of Thomas's things out while it's quiet. Is there any chance of me having some time off on Friday for Christmas shopping?
Yeah, well, actually, I've got a bit of a throat coming on, so if that hasn't cleared by the end of the week, I could take Thomas to the doctor's with me.
Good. I just said I'd help a friend out with some shopping. I'm sorry about your throat. Can I get you anything?
Oh, no. That's all right.
So, that's the lot.
Yes, sir.
In brief, you had a bit of a run-in with a bunch of lads on your stag night, and they came after you and you took a severe beating.
More or less, sir, yeah.
And these lads had nothing to do with a certain group who hang around the arcade in town.
No, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
I hope you're telling the truth.
Yes, sir.
Am I all right to come in?
Yes, come along, help yourself. Just on my way. Just so you know, I'm going to have to file a report about you being attacked to the Chief Superintendent at his request.
Do you think he'll want to see me, sir?
You're joking. You're the last person he wants to see at the moment.
You didn't seem very happy at the end. Was he being horrible to you?
I'm no different from normal. He was just interested to beat me up, you know.
I wish I knew why they did it. Never mind who they are. I mean, they must be psychos or something. It frightens me that you come into contact with people like that all the time.
Not all the time. I mean, most of the time it's just routine and boring. You know that.
I think I know something else as well. I don't think I'm cut out to be a policeman's wife.
What do you mean?
I don't think I'm made of the right stuff.
Well, you made of the right stuff for me.
Well, maybe for you, the man, but not you, the policeman. Anyway, I've been thinking since it all happened.
Thinking what?
I still want to marry you, because I love you. But if you want to marry me, you're going to hate me for saying this, aren't you?
Do you want me to say it for you?
Go on.
You want me out to the police?
What are you still doing here? I was worried.
How many people use this till?
4.
4. You, me, Julia Brogan and Jackie Cook. Well, one of us has got sticky fingers and it's not me. 4 times now I've checked this tool roll against the takings and every time it's at least 30 quid or more short.
Well, perhaps you've made a mistake.
Well, I've made a mistake, all right, employing them 2 thieving scallies as shop assistants.
Oh, Ron, you can't say that. I mean, you can't accuse them without any proof. I mean, it could be me.
Have you taken 30 quid out of it?
No.
Well, don't talk stupid then. It's Corkill or Brogan, isn't it? It's gotta be.
Well, you can't say anything without any proof.
Oh, I'll get proof. And whoever's doing it will wish they never touched a penny. Nobody robs Ronnie Dicko out of 30 quid and walks. I'll sort them out good style.
This
is really doing your head in, isn't it? Moving out of here.
One way of putting it.
You're letting people walk all over you again. It's the story of your life.
Well, I haven't got much choice in this lot, have I? I mean, I don't own the place. I'm only the tenant.
Why should you get kicked out, though?
Because Mr. and Mrs. Harrison are buying the place. They need somewhere to live.
Oh, and you don't? And Leo? And Gemma?
Look, they'll be all right. I've paid the deposit on the flat and we'll be all right there.
Yes, for as long as it lasts.
Well, that's what you expect when you're a tenant, isn't it?
It's you all over, isn't it? Soak up all the knocks. It's time you kick back, Mick.
What are you doing with that?
I'm gonna cheer you up.
Where are you going?
To do a bit of plumbing.
Since when have you been a plumber?
Since you've been getting kicked out of your house onto the street.
Nothing needs plumbing.
Oh, yeah, there will be by the time I've finished.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to loosen a few connections to that cold water tank.
To your brain, you mean?
Look, if you were looking for a place, you wouldn't go for somewhere that was flood damaged, would you?
Yeah, and if I was looking for a brother, I wouldn't go for one that was brain damaged either.
Well, give us a leg up, then.
No chance.
Look, this is the big, bad modern world, Mick. You don't let people push you around. You get to dig in first. If you want to stay living here, you put the other guy off buying the place. It's simple.
Oh, so you think that busting a few pipes is going to put someone off buying the place?
Who's talking about busting a few pipes? I'm talking about flooding the place.
Oh, great. That'll really cheer me up, that. Seeing all my furniture and my belongings go floating out the front door.
What do you think insurance claims are for?
In this matter, Alice.
Look, water dries out, Mick. The guy comes around thinking this is his dream house, then he finds he's up to his ankles in water. It just puts him off enough to make him look elsewhere.
Just give me the spanner.
Are you just going to lie down and let him walk all over you?
I said, give me the spanner, Alice. I'm not having you wreck this place. You did enough damage persuading Josie to go on some rinse strike, and look where she is now. Gone for good.
Oh, you're just jelly, you, aren't you?
Give me the damn spanner. You gonna hit me with that?
I should do. I should knock some sense into you.
Go on, then, try it. Go ahead, try it. You ever try anything like that with me again, and it's the last time, right? So you just stay away from me, do you? Because no one comes up to me like that in my house.
Yeah, but it's only your house till Friday, though, isn't it?
You just stay away from me. Because brother or no brother, you're finished.
Stacey's reconsidering the possibility of going to work in LA in Home and Away in just a moment.
Son is ready to accompany you to the doctor's. Yeah.
Margaret, I'm going now if you want to lift to the bus stop. What time's Susanna coming?
Oh, any time.
Oh, I'd really have liked to see Matthew and Emily in their nativity play outfits. Sorry, I'll miss them. And Susanna?
Whilst you're at the doctor's, you couldn't ask for some anti-sniping pills, could you?
Why?
It's just that this week you have been sniping just a little.
Is there any wonder? I have to live with you.
Yeah, I thought it was something I'd done.
Getting a complex?
Yes.
Good. Come on. Come on, Thomas. Go play in the car.
Oh, Thomas.
In the red car.
Charming. Why good?
Nothing. Just said it to worry you.
stay in this house?
Because that's the way things are, son. You see, we don't own the bungalow, we only rent it. And the man that does own it, well, he's got to sell it because he's getting old. We can't afford to buy it.
We could save up.
Yes. Let's do that, eh, shall we? And then one day we'll get what we want. A nice little home of our own. But in the meantime, son, well, we've got to move out of this one. So that Mr. Harrison can have his own little home to move into. Go ahead.
We're always moving.
You're in early. I'm not due off yet.
Ron asked me to come in especially. What do you think of my new overall?
But you want me to think it's an overall, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I only asked. Just thought I'd try and make myself look a bit respectable for working in Ron's shop. What do you think, Ron?
Very nice, yeah.
I'd rather spend my money on something fancy for myself. Lovely, isn't it?
We're on a shopping spree, have we, girls?
It's time you spent a bit of money on yourself, you know, Ron, the amount you're taking here.
Oh, would do. If I had 30-odd quid to spare. You know what I mean?
Just stop yourself from the till, Ron. It's all yours anyway.
Do you need any plumbing done, mate? I just thought you might have some maniac around trying to flood the place.
It's funny you should mention that. There was one. What's brought you back?
I've not just come back. I've come to say sorry as well.
You want something?
No, I don't. Honest.
Why then?
Life's too short for falling out. Life's too short for not having a brother there when you need it.
Or what, you need me?
No.
Knowing you, one day you will be. Hey, what's going... Hey, Leo? What are you doing? Leo? Leo, what's going on?
We don't want to move house.
You don't want to move house? Well, neither do I, son, but we've got no choice.
We want to stay here.
Well, so do I, kids, but we can't. I don't believe this.
It could be a long siege. This, I'll put the kettle on. Tea or coffee?
I've cancelled the milk, haven't I?
I better go and get some. Let's see if I can get a battering ram while I'm out.
We're staying here.
Oh, well, please yourselves, then. I'll have to go without yous, won't I?
Well, don't you two look simply marvellous? Now that I know what Emily is, now you're the little shepherd girl, aren't you, eh? And that's your little lamb, because you're going to meet baby Jesus.
Daddy's right, isn't he, Em? She hasn't got a part in the place, just dressing up for tonight.
Oh, and Matthew, now, hang on, let's have a proper look. No, you know, I think it's the sword that's throwing me.
He-Man, Master of the Universe!
Hang on, Matthew. I don't think He-Man got as far as Bethlehem, did he?
Oh, Daddy's not very good at guessing.
No, what do you say? It's the sword
I'm
that's...
one of the soldiers, and I get around stabbing all these and they get around stabbing all the baby boys.
Hang on a minute, Matthew. There's no need to look as if you're enjoying it.
All right. I'm just solving the city's housing problem.
Not very well by the looks of it.
You know, you couldn't have picked a better time to arrive. Well, trying to fix this lot up single-handedly is proving a bit difficult.
You're on your own.
Very observant.
I just thought Father Thornton might be here.
Oh, no, he's off carol singing in town. I'm supposed to have this finished before he gets back.
Do you want a hand, then?
Well, you could get the other side of that and try and line it up with the slots, if you don't mind.
No, of course not.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming.
You still haven't said why you asked me around.
Well, I need a hand with this lot, don't I?
Is that all?
Well, when I saw you in the shop the other day, it was a bit awkward with Dee Dee being there. I didn't get a chance to say a proper hello after being away.
Hang on, look, take my gloves off.
You're not going to hit me, are you? I was getting worried in case a breeze blew off and I'd have ended up hang gliding to the Isle of Man the way I was going.
I can't get this in at all.
Well, hang on, you come around this side. All right? If anyone's watching us, they'll either think I'm chasing you or you're chasing me.
That's
what your Dee Dee thinks, isn't it, that I'm chasing you?
She worries for me.
I've been given a cause to, though, haven't I?
She'd worry anyway.
Oh, I know what it is. You've got it back to front.
He's right as well. There. Brilliant. Right, better start laying the straw then, eh?
Yeah, if you like.
Hey, listen, I forgot to say, thanks for coming.
Thanks for asking me.
Hey, oh, you can be one of the three wise scarecrows.
I'll batter you, Derek.
Oh, no,
Door's open. Can I come in?
Yeah, you can find your way through.
Oh, no. I didn't think you'd be so far into the move.
Well, if you've got to get out, you've got to get out, haven't you? Dad! What?
Dad, we're hungry.
Tough.
You always like your kids in the bathroom.
Only when the dungeons are full.
Dad?
Look, if you two don't stop being stupid and come out here, I'm not even going to talk to you anymore.
Look, I can see you've got your hands full, but I need to speak to you about us buying the bungalow.
No. That's why the kids are locked in the bathroom. They don't want to move out.
Well, they don't have to. Look, I know it's a bit late in the day, but they don't have to. We've withdrawn the offer.
What? I don't believe this. So you're not buying the place now?
That's right.
Leo?
What?
Just open the door, son.
I wish you could have got here sooner and saved you all this packing up.
You wish. Listen, son, no one's going to shout at you anything. Just come on out, will you? It's ridiculous, this.
Can I help?
You might as well have the luck I'm having. Listen, kids, Mr. Harrison's got something to say to you.
Hello, kids. I bet you don't know what I've got.
I'll lose my deposits in the flat now and all.
What do you think it is, Leo? It's got 7 sides to it, and you can spend it in a sweet shop.
Is it a pound?
Pounds don't have sides, you know that, son.
50 pence, then?
You only get to find out if you open the door and come out. Well done. Here you are. 1 each.
Thank you.
And if you do spend it on sweets, don't forget to brush your teeth afterwards, all right?
All right, gang, Big Mac's here.
Yeah!
Not for breakfast.
Now, do we have to go to the new flat now, Dad?
No, we don't have to, son. What's going on?
We're not buying a bungalow.
Oh, yes. Well done, mate. Go on, you two. Get in there. Hey, it's a good job we didn't flood the place, then, isn't it?
That was my brother. He was only joking, fortunately.
Looking a bit pale, Corkle.
It's a bit warm in here, sir.
Do you want a glass of water or something?
Yeah, no thanks. I'll be fine, sir.
Constable, get a drink of water sent in, please. Cold water. I've got a package from the Regional Crime Squad to collect. I shall be back shortly. I'm not at all sure you're going to like what's in it.
There you go. Something to warm you up.
What is it?
Hot chocolate. There's only 1 cup, though.
Oh, no, go on, you have it. I'm not bothered.
Go on, I want you to.
No, honestly, you have it.
Come on, you must be freezing.
No, honest.
I am. See? See? You're freezing.
Can I ask you a question?
I hope I can answer it.
You know how I feel about you, don't you?
This possibly isn't the best place for a young priest to be sat holding hands with a young lady.
In the eyes of God, you mean?
No, I mean in the eyes of the public. Margaret, I know I asked you to come here.
Just answer me this one question and I'll leave you alone. You know how I feel about you, don't you? I mean, I'm not just some silly little Catholic schoolgirl who fancies you just because you're different from all the other older priests. I'm me. I'm Margaret, and I really feel strongly about you.
Well, that's why I went to Gloucester, isn't it? Try and get my head round all this.
I really thought you'd have changed when you come back, you know. I really thought they'd brainwash you into hating me.
Retreats tend not to work like that. They're just supposed to give you time to pray. Time to sort out what's going on in your life.
I really missed you when you were away.
I really missed you as well.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have held on to you like that. It was blackmail, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for saying I missed you. When you live by yourself and work by yourself, you can miss out on simple things like companionship. I really enjoy your company.
Do you fancy me? Just answer me the one question.
You're brutal, you know that?
I need to know where I stand.
I think you're one of the nicest, most genuine people I've ever met. I'm proud to know you, and I love being with you.
But you don't fancy me.
I didn't say that.
So you do.
I can't say I don't.
But you can't say you do either. You better get all this lot sorted out, else it'll be New Year.
You might recognise this place.
Yeah, that's the arcade, sir, where we were investigating the fiddling. That's one of the blokes that attacked me.
I know. Do you know this man?
I believe he might be one of the boys' pimps, sir. Has he been under surveillance, sir?
Come in.
I'm a bit confused, sir.
Wondering why you're getting waiter service from a pimp who's just beaten you up?
He's not undercover, is he?
Why do you think you were taken off the fiddling case?
I've never seen him before.
He's DC Gwyn Price. He was handpicked by the Regional Crime Squad from the North Wales Force for precisely that reason, so that his face wouldn't be known. He said he'd normally apologise for giving you a kicking, but under the circumstances, he thought you probably deserved it. He also says he deliberately tried to stay away from your face.
I think I'll have that glass of water now, sir.
Right, thanks, love.
Thank you.
I do enough cleaner to home, you know, Ron. I thought you brought me an early 12 Jackie save.
Right, girls, can I have a word a minute, please?
I don't need any help.
Dad, can I have a word a minute, please?
Yeah, in a minute, Michael. I'm just about to hold a staff meeting.
Dad, I've got something important to tell you.
Michael, I've told you, in a minute, please. This is a serious business matter. Thank you. Right, girls, now it's quiet. I'd like a bit of a chat.
Oh, aye. He's come to tell us about our pay rise.
Well, funnily enough, I haven't.
Ah, what's up? Don't we deserve one?
Well, funnily enough again, Julia. No, I'm not sure you do.
Ah, why not?
Well, there's been something nagging at me for a couple of days. I don't quite know how to say it.
Well, just say it, Ron. It can't be any worse than you're sacked, and I've heard that once or twice in my time.
Well, there's been money going missing from the till.
Dad?
Well, I certainly hope you don't suspect me.
Now, I'm not laying any blame.
Dad.
I've told you, Michael, in a minute, please.
He suspects one of us. Look at the gob on him. Get your coat, Jackie, and mine. You should have proof before you go accusing people, you know.
Oh, come on, girls.
Oh, come on, girls. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I know I might not be a saint, but I'm certainly not a sinner. There, Julia.
Excuse me.
I had to say something, didn't I? What did you want, anyway?
Not licking weight.
I don't believe this. I'm on my own again.
You really like it here, don't you?
Suits me, yeah.
I thought people only retired to bungalows. You're not a pensioner yet.
I'm not exactly a youthful, carefree bachelor, am I?
Do you really want to stay here?
Of course I do. Not much chance of that, though, is there?
It depends.
Nah. It's only a matter of time before someone else comes along with the cash and then bang, it's sold.
You know, when you binned me off the other day, it really got to me. You see, I always think you're the same as me. I always think you'll do things my way, but you're different, aren't you? Totally.
Just a bit.
I mean, I'm always bombing along in the fast lane, and you're not even on the slow lane. You're on the hard shoulder. I'll put up the cash for the deposit on this place, if you like.
You what? Just like that? Why?
It's only sitting in the bank otherwise. There's more chance of me sprouting wings and buying a house for myself. It's up to you. It's there if you want it.
I still can't see why.
Because you're my brother, I suppose.
And how would I know that this cash was, clean?
Because I know you're Mr. Stray, and I wouldn't do it to you. What do you reckon?
Be security for Leo and Gemma. It's one thing I've always wanted for them.
Well, that's all I want, I suppose. I don't want the money paid back with interest. All I need. Look, when you slung me out the other day, I was howling mad for an hour, and then I felt lost. I felt totally lost. I felt the loneliest I'd ever felt in my life.
You?
Yeah, I know I'm always going off my own way, doing my own thing, but at the end of the day, I'd always want a brother to come home to.
This money, I'm still wet, is it?
The evidence we've been supplied with by DC Price, you seem to have taken a particular interest in the boy Craig.
They were shipping him out to Amsterdam, sir. I was worried he might end up being used by a paedophile ring or something like that. He phoned me and he wanted me to help him escape.
He phoned you where?
At home, sir.
Do you always give your home number to any piece of dirt you meet in the street?
No, sir, and with respect, sir, he's not just a piece of dirt, sir.
Oh, what is he then? An angel with a dirty face?
No, sir, he's just a young lad with no one to help him.
The Regional Crime Squad has spent a considerable number of months gathering evidence on this outfit. They've been doing that so the children, like your friend, Craig, don't end up in the situation where they need the help.
With respect again, sir, Sorry, sir, I'll leave it.
No, go on, say what you want to say.
It's probably not my place to say it.
Get on with it. I'm not taking notes.
Well, you said that the Regional Crime Squad have been on the case for 8 months, sir.
Correct.
Well, don't you think that 8 months is a long time for a 13-year-old boy being sold on street corners?
I'm not unaware of that.
I just think that the kid should have been in care or something by now. Properly looked after, guided. Instead of having to fend for himself, you know?
You're not a social worker, you're in the police force. If it takes us 8 months to get a case together to nail these people to the mast, then it takes 8 months. It takes coordination and concerted effort. Not lone rangers like you going in with all guns blazing.
With respect again, sir, I did try and go through the official channels with the information that I gathered.
Yes, and your sergeant told you to stay away.
It was hard to stay away. The circumstances were difficult to ignore.
This boy Craig was a victim 8 months ago. He's still a victim now. But at least we got the evidence on the bosses of the outfit that we didn't have then. The fact that he's a victim doesn't stop him also being part of the evidence.
Well, doesn't that sicken you, though, sir? The kid's just being used as bait.
I'll tell you something which would sicken me even more. Seeing the regional crime squad putting Craig's pimp up in court and not getting him convicted because the evidence against him didn't hold up. What do you think they've been doing for 8 months? Wrecking these kids' lives for the fun of it?
Suppose not, sir.
Do you think Mary and Joseph loved each other?
Never doubted it.
God must have loved him to give him his son.
I suppose so.
You love God more than anything, don't you?
I've never known anything to come close.
I didn't come close then. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'm all embarrassed now. Look, I better go. You've probably got to pray or something.
Margaret?
I can't compete with God, can I?
You know what got my day off to a bad start this morning? It was when I was informed by the regional crime squad that one of my constables was part of the evidence. Now, who do you think that might be?
Me, sir.
You, sir. What do you think?
I'm not sure what to say, sir.
Camera doesn't lie, does it? That's what they say.
And what's that camera seen? One of my officers, in his own time, out of uniform, picking up a young boy in an arcade and giving him money. You know what this means, don't you?
No, sir.
You're in trouble.
Yes, sir.
As a result of Morag's vicious attack, Danny has gone into hiding. That's Home and Away after the break.
The money for this on the counter, all right?
Yeah, all right, cheers, Baz. On my own, you know where it is, mate. On the steps.
Mr. Dixon, can I have a sliced wholemeal, please?
You certainly can, my love.
When I signed the contract for the franchise, it was on the understanding that my salon would be open for Christmas Eve.
You only take a lot of fitting them hairdressers, you know. Sure he meant this Christmas.
I'm not in the habit of misunderstanding where business is concerned. And I'm not in the habit of being let down, as I'm just about to inform Mr. Kenny Roberts. Damn. I'll have to use a credit card.
I still say Mr. Roberts is going to be pushed to have your salon open for Christmas Eve, so you can do your blow-waves.
Then you better start pushing, and hard.
I was going to bring this up to you. You should still be taking it easy. Being a hero takes it out of you now.
I'm all right.
telling you, I understand. Of course I was upset when you didn't make it to the church. Anybody's rugby. But once I knew you were hurt, once I knew it wasn't your fault.
Just thought I might have heard by now from the sergeant. If he is going to call me in for the roasting, just wish he'd get it over with.
Well, I think you should stop worrying and start taking it easy like you've been told to. It wasn't your fault you got hurt.
But it was, though. But it was my fault. Me getting done over was not getting married. It was my fault.
How do you mean?
Remember that lad from the arcade?
Craig.
I'm sorry I couldn't tell you at the time. It's just that, at first, I didn't realise what he was into. I just thought it was robbing and that. But then when I knew, I had to try and stop them getting him out of the country. He was crying, pleading with me down the phone to stop them taking him to Amsterdam. 2 more minutes and I wouldn't have been here. I would have made it to the church. But he phoned me, didn't he? He said they were taking him there and then.
Who was taking him?
His pimp. The kid who was for sale. That's what he does. How he survives and that. His pimp sets him up with men for money.
You mean...
Rent boy, child prostitute, chicken. I think that's what they call him. I mean, what happens to them in this country is bad enough.
It doesn't go on here. Not in England, in Liverpool. I don't believe you.
You believe it even less if you knew what happens to them in places like Amsterdam. That's why I had to go to him on the day of the wedding. It was down to me. I tried to do something official about it, but my station sergeant told me to stay out of it.
You've been told to stay out of it?
But I couldn't, though, could I? Not when there was a chance. I could stop them taking him out, Diana.
I mean, it wasn't even official police business.
No, but I couldn't just leave him, could I?
In the lurch like you left me.
No, Diana, I want you to understand.
I understand. I understand you put some grubby little lad who lets men do horrible things to him for money before marrying me.
No, Diana.
Just don't touch me. Oh, sorry.
It's all right. Don't suppose there was anyone there at the office yet anyway.
You all right?
All right? Why shouldn't I be?
Oh, no reason. I'm just nipping out to Ron's. We've run out of honey.
Fine. Is Max watching Thomas?
Yeah, they're in the kitchen. Bye.
Patricia, Thomas and I are having eggs. Would you like one?
No, thanks. Nothing for me. I'm fine. Oh, yes. Hello. I wonder, could you tell me the clinic opening times?
Thank you. Hiya, how are you? I'm fine. How was Spain and everything?
Oh, it was great. The honeymoon was brilliant. I only come for a loaf.
Is this shopping for two, is it? Or is that new husband of yours taking more feeding than you thought?
Well, a bit of both. And I always wondered why my mum used to complain she did nothing but shop.
How is your mum? Have you heard from her? But you really want to.
What you mean, under the circumstances of her walking out on my wedding day? Nah, we've talked about it, and she still keeps in touch with me now, Katie.
It must be hard for families splitting up, especially at Christmas.
Well, I'm sure there's some happy families left. Take it the Farnhams are all in one piece.
Yeah, well, Thomas and Max are all right. I'm not really sure about Patricia.
All right. How do you mean? Well, come on, dish the date.
No, there isn't any really. I don't know, I get the feeling something's wrong. It's probably just a work or a time of the month or something.
And how about you? Has it been all work and no play, or have you got anything interesting to tell me?
Well, yeah, I guess you could say it was interesting.
Oh, yeah? Well, come on then, spill the beans.
Greetings. Oh, should that be, what are you doing here? I thought you'd be languishing in your luxury bachelor apartment these days.
I am, aren't I? I've just come down for some stuff, that's all.
Ah, and a quick raid on the larder.
Mum wouldn't mind.
Nah, you're right. Seeing as I'm on cadge myself, I just thought I'd come round and rob your mother before I go and rob your dad. Christmas fair. Annual shaming of relatives into parting with donations towards same.
Oh, my mum's at work.
Ah, one of her demoing days, eh?
Well, my dad's at the shop if you want him.
I'll look round and see him. And I might elicit the odd white elephant out of one of his assistants. Is it Julia today? Or...
No, Jackie and Julia, well, they kind of, like, left.
Oh. Both of them?
Well, I don't know what it was. Some mix-up with the till, cash shortage or something.
Your dad will be finding it difficult then, dealing with the Christmas rush and his tot. Hope he doesn't go overdoing it again. Anyway, I'll nip round and beg the odd tin of salmon off him. Unless you've anything you'd like to get off your chest to me before I go.
Like what?
You know, like the odd T-shirt for the nearly new store. You know, any surplus belongings you'd like to get rid of, books, old records. Wouldn't take you a second to look around your old room, you know.
Within minutes, he said they'd be here.
Yeah, well, as long as you don't judge your fellas by Kenny Roberts standards. I mean, we don't all make promises that we can't keep. For instance, if I told you I was going to take you out and promise you a good time, well, look, Auntie, I'm just trying to be friendly. I mean, I'm going to be your landlord and all that, aren't I?
I don't think so. Best keep our relationship strictly on a business level. Don't you agree?
Hi. Hi. I'm sorry I'm a bit late. I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
I knew it was never really sensible between Derek and me. Can't help who you fall for, though, can you? You're asking me that. I fell flat on my face, didn't I? Oh, talk. Fell flat on my face for an older man, didn't I? And Derek? Well, I mean, does he feel the same way about you, Margaret? I mean, with him being a beast and that? Yeah, I think he does. No, I know he does. I know it sounds corny, something I've made a Croft Park or something, but in a way, I'm just happy knowing that. Not as happy as if I would be if we could be together. But, well, he loves God, and I think I care enough about him to respect that. Stay away from him. It takes guts, that, you know. I mean, look at what I was like when Tim gave me the boot. I suppose both of us realise nothing can come of it. Keeping away from him's all I can do, isn't it?
Diana, I want you to understand why.
It's something I'll never be able to understand.
Not if you don't let me tell you. Tell you what happens to these kids. How they live and die.
I don't want to hear it.
I want you to listen. I need you to understand.
I don't want to. Please. You know I'm no good at facing up to horrible things.
And what about me? I've not only got you mad at me, I've got the force on me back as well. They might even suspend me. And you won't even listen now I got myself into this mess.
It's because I'm scared. I'm scared I can't cope with all the horrible things you have to face because you're a policeman.
Not sure I can anymore.
How do you mean?
I mean, not up till this. There hasn't been nothing that I didn't think I could cope with. Crime, yeah. But this, these kids who could be ours in 10 or 12 years from now, the way they get abused, tortured, some of them till they die screaming. I mean, that's not just a crime, Diana, that's a sin. It's like I can't get the stink of it to wash off me. And if I can't handle things like this, then maybe it's time to start asking myself, even if they don't take the decision out of my hands by giving me a suspension or kicking me out of the force.
Do you think they might do that?
I don't know. All I know is that I'm not sure anymore. Whether I'm up to it, whether I can fit to handle it.
Any chance you could pick up my suit from the dry cleaners? I'm heading in the wrong direction.
What?
No, it's the dry cleaners near your office, I mean.
Oh, but I'm not. I'm not going, to work at the office.
You okay? You all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I just thought I'd probably get more work done if I stayed at home. Oh, well, I think of it. I shan't be here on Friday.
Oh.
It's the presentation for the wine campaign.
Ah, the Peruvian plonk.
Yeah, they've changed the venue, means I have to go there.
Where? Peru?
No, London. As if I ever get the damn thing together.
When you say you'll be away Friday, does that mean the evening as well?
Be a bit late to get back. The presentation's late afternoon.
Ah.
What?
Oh, it's nothing really.
Oh. Matthew and Emily's nativity play.
That's no problem.
Oh, Max, I'm sorry. I've just had so much on my mind, what with the presentation and everything.
Oh, it's no big deal.
Except to Matthew and Emily, you mean? The London office have never got over me turning my nose up at their job. If I don't go down there, make a good showing.
No, there's no point getting wound up over it. Ah.
Sorry to trouble you, Max. Is Patricia in?
Yeah, sure. Come in.
Look, if this is any hassle, just say no. I wouldn't ask if I wasn't desperate.
You wouldn't like to rephrase that, would you?
I'm sorry, my usual sitter, Auntie Lou, she's gone down with a bug and I can't get hold of Mars.
I see. So what's the problem?
Well, I've got to go into town for a couple of hours. Seeing as to get the kids' prezzies, I can't take them with me. I'm usually well organised, but you couldn't have them for me, could you?
Oh, yeah. I won't be here, but...
I thought you said you were working from home this morning.
Yeah, I am, but, you know, I might have to nip into the office later. But Margaret will be here.
Well, it was Margaret having them that I meant, really. I thought you might be busy. I nearly asked her myself. She's over the road talking to Sammy.
Oh, I see. That's where she's gone with the honey for my soldiers, is it?
And don't worry, I'll pay for Margaret's time.
Oh, don't be silly. Wouldn't hear of it. I think I better let Thomas get down from the table, as we're not going to see the honey before tea time.
Sit down, Mick, please.
Thanks. I usually have it all sewn up, you know. Whereas Leo and Gemma and that one are working.
It's fine. They can play with Thomas.
I suppose he's still a bit too little, isn't he? You know, to get really excited about Christmas. Come this time next year, though, you get your full value, eh?
I suppose it must be difficult this time of year. Children not having their mother around.
Well, I try and do double duty, don't I? And Terry's offered to take over most of the cab work over Christmas. I think he's glad he's got something to take his mind off, well, you know. Anyway, means I get to spend extra time with the kids. You sure it's no trouble bringing them over?
Oh, no, it's fine, really. Anything we can do. Have you got any news yet? When you might have to move out of the bungalow?
Well, not yet, anyway. The couple that wanted it, you know, the Harrisons, they've withdrawn their offer.
Temporary reprieve, then?
Might even be permanent. I mean, might try for a mortgage on the place myself.
Oh, great. Listen, there's some coffee left if you'd like some.
No, thanks, Max. I really must go. And thanks for having the kids round. Shall I mention it to Margaret?
If she's there, yeah. Tell her it's fine by me.
All right.
Oh, and do tell her that we'd be glad of the honey before its sell-by date.
Will do. See ya.
Bye. Are you sure?
Oh, I don't mind having Leo and Gemma.
No, I mean, if you want to work, and it looks as if you've got enough on your plate at the moment.
What do you mean?
I mean, for the presentation and everything. But if you can cope, that's fine.
Don't forget, come round. Well, that's if you don't decide to go to Oldham for Christmas.
Oh, well, I ain't decided yet, but if I don't go and see my mum and dad, I'll pop round and see you.
All right, see you now.
Bye.
Right, well, I've told Sparks what to do and that.
Thanks.
At least Kenny Roberts' band of merry men have got started, but whether they'll finish for Christmas or not, it's another matter.
Be better. Anyway, thanks, bye.
Anytime, Angela.
Look, I took the morning off to give you a hand choosing your prezzies.
Yeah, well, I'm all yours now, aren't I? Right, we're going to the big stores first, are we?
It's the first time I've heard you say anything like that. You don't want to be in the police force anymore.
It's not that I don't want to be. It's just, I'm not sure if I can be. You'd be happier if I give up, wouldn't you?
It depends though, doesn't it? In a way I would be, but in another I wouldn't. Not if you were doing it for the wrong reasons.
Like what?
Well, like because you didn't think you were any good at it.
But I'm not, am I? At least I haven't been with this business over Craig. I let it get to me. Things have upset me before. Things you see in the job, you know. Scraping dead kids up off the road. The things people do to each other. And not even to gain anything, just out of spite. Oh, you don't want to hear this.
No, go on.
It's just the things you see. Most of the time, I managed to keep a bit back from it. You're no good, you see, if you don't stay detached. But these kids like Craig...
Go on.
Mostly runaways. The sort nobody bothers looking hard for. At first, it's a laugh, a few bob to live on. For letting themselves get felt up by some pathetic, sweaty little creep who's probably more scared than they are. But then the pimps clocked them. Start selling them off to the real perverts who enjoy making them suffer. And the younger the kids, the more they fetch off the meat rack. That's what they call it. Some of them turn up dead. Some of them don't turn up at all. And I don't know what it was about Craig that got to me. Maybe it's because I got to know him a bit. Usually they're just a case number, you know. But with Craig, I'd seen the bruises. I'd seen what they'd done to them. And I could picture him being pinned down with some pervert until he was no use anymore. Hundreds of kids go missing every year. Craig was just one of them. But I had to help him. I knew that if they got him to Amsterdam, well, he'd probably have now. But I had to try.
It's all right. I know now why you went to him.
You're the only one who does.
What happens if they do suspend you?
Black mark, isn't it? I don't know how long for either. It'd be hard to plan anything.
Like when to rearrange the wedding?
I'd understand if you didn't want to, after the way I let you down.
Eh, less of that.
After Christmas, then, eh?
Or we could leave it till the spring. Nicer weather, nicer flowers then too. And I know I don't like you being a policeman, but you are good at it. So don't go making any decisions because you don't think you are.
Right. Point me to the cholesterol. I want a big greasy lining on my stomach before Thursday.
Why, what's happening Thursday?
Only the biggest booze up since the last division booze up.
The police Christmas thing.
Oh, you still aren't bottling out, are you? Rod, you are coming, aren't you?
I haven't decided yet.
Cheers, Ron. You're an officer and a gentleman.
Not to mention a mug.
So you managed to screw you, all right?
Oh, haven't you heard? I'm thinking about declaring it a national pastime now, doing Ron Dixon. And hey, before you get carried away, you're paying for that lot.
All right.
Oh, now, don't tell me you're skint. Not you, the one who manages to live his life so well. How's the luxury pad these days?
That's all right, you know.
Yeah, I expect you're more used to paying with plastic around Sefton Park, aren't you?
Yeah, all right. But everyone is a bit skint now, Christmas, you know.
That's very true, that, my son. And listen, seeing as how you're being so honest with your old fella, I can offer you the perfect solution to your temporary, well, financial embarrassment, you know. And you can start any time you like.
Well, working for you.
All right, Mr. Dixon.
Hello, Keith.
Been looking for you.
And now you found him. And just in time to offer your congratulations on his newfound employment.
Hang on a minute, Dad. What happened to finding out if I actually want to work here?
Beats me, sunshine. Probably the same thing that happened to good old-fashioned family loyalty, eh? Like helping your owl feather out just in case he needs you. Still, seeing as how there's not a lot of that about, we'll just have to fall back on our money-making motors, won't we? You work, I pay. Not without you wannabe skint all over Christmas.
Just over Christmas, then. All right.
Mrs. Farlow?
Oh, well, a few extra pound won't exactly keep the walls from the door. It'll stop them tearing me limb from limb for a couple of weeks.
What?
And with what I earn off my dad, I should be able to pay this month's keyboard off, shouldn't I?
What about paying off your credit card? Does your dad still think you're living in some high-style pad instead of dossing on the sofa around at Oz?
Yeah, all right, and there's your mum as well. I'll have to sort her out with a few quid, you know, for bed and board and all that.
Yeah, well, you don't have to bother about that.
Oh, why, yeah? That'll go down like a cup of cold sick with her, won't it?
Yeah, but if you're not there, she isn't going to have to feed you, is she? If you're not living round ours anymore.
Oh, don't tell me she's thrown me out as well. I'm gonna have to have a word there, mate.
It's not me mum who wants you out. It's me.
Oh, come on. I'm deep enough in it as it is without you messing me about.
It's not me who's messing about. Something's gone missing.
You will?
Oh, don't try coming here. 20 quid's gone out of my dad's wallet and he's blamed me for it, hasn't he?
So you're saying it was me, like? You're saying I'd rob off your family?
Oh, come off it. If you'd rob off your own. I saw you last week, mate. 3 tenors out of your own dad's till. I know you'd add up, but...
OK, so I borrowed a bit of money off my dad. That doesn't mean to say I'd rob off your dad, does it?
You just be grateful I haven't bubbled you to him. Put your stuff together for you. Just pick it up and move on, eh?
Oh, yeah. And where to, like? Where am I supposed to stay?
Celia's plans for her 2 employees are just about enough to put Martin and Lance at each other's throats next in Home and Away.
Hoping for a Christmas miracle?
Hmm?
Trying to get all that lot in your overnight bag.
Don't intend taking them all. I'm just trying to decide what to wear for the presentation tomorrow.
Yeah, sleep on it. You don't go to London till tomorrow.
Oh, no, but I'd just like to think I felt confident in at least one area of this campaign.
Oh, come on. After all the work you've done, must be at least the world's leading authority on Peruvian wine.
I hope I can persuade the client of that.
Well, look, why don't you wear Peruvian national dress?
Max, this is serious. It's the first time the London office have asked me to do anything since I turned down the job. I just want them to know I opted to stay up here because I wanted to, not because I couldn't handle the bigger campaigns.
Well, look, if you ask me, you look knockout in all of them. A great body's a great body.
Did you tell Matthew and Emily about my London trip? About having to miss the nativity play?
Yeah, I'll explain.
And you'll tell them, won't you, that I wouldn't miss if it wasn't for something important, and I will make it up to them.
Well, I'm sure they'll find it in their hearts to forgive you, seeing as they're coming over Christmas morning for fun and frolics.
Oh, right. Yeah, Susanna's bringing them over.
Yeah, well, we did think that just this once, you know. For the kids' sake, really. And then she can take them over to her parents for Christmas dinner.
Well, I guess it saves you driving them over.
Yeah. Oh, I was hoping... Well, what I mean is, I know how you feel about her, but it's for Matthew and Emily, really. As I'm going to have more contact with her at this time of the year, I was hoping that you could rustle up...
A bit of goodwill towards your ex. Yeah, all right.
Thanks. Oh, I know how you feel about her. You find her hard work, but let's face it, life's too short.
Max?
Yeah.
Are you off out now?
Yeah, just for my stint following the table sleigh with a collection bucket. Well, you're very welcome to rattle a plastic pail if you like.
No, it's all right. Margaret won't be back with Thomas for a while, so I think I'll just enjoy the peace and quiet and get myself sorted out for tomorrow.
Have a nice long bath.
Touch of the healing waters will do you the power of good.
Well, if you shop around, you should be able to find a fight for around £260. Usually you'll find these fights. These cheaper fights
Reckon it's big enough then, do you?
Oh, it's not nearly as big as the one I saw Mick taking upstairs. He has a real one as well. Thinks it's dead brave of him.
What? Just give needles up?
No, you know, he's forgetting his own sadness. I mean, he must feel it with Josie leaving. He's making a real effort for Leo and Gemma. Do you like it then?
Yeah, it's sound, but we've got one already, haven't we?
Oh, I know, but this is the real thing. This is really Christmassy.
So we draw on lots or what? So you gets the bathroom first. We don't want to be the last three down the police club, do we?
Oh, you go ahead. I'm not sure if we're going, you know.
Oh, come on, you two. It's the lads' night out. The annual booze up, the division ding-dong. You had a great time last year, Rod.
Last year I wasn't facing a possible suspension, no, was I?
It's possible, which means it isn't definite, which means there's no reason for you not to come. Anyway, if they are going to suspend you, well, you might as well enjoy yourself while you can, eh?
I thought you said you hadn't heard anything. Whether they were going to or not.
No, I haven't. Just rumours, that's all.
Like what?
Like you might be facing a possible suspension going off on your own with the rent boy case. Nothing different to what you've heard yourself.
Won't be much of a night then for me, will it? Rumours about me suspension flying around.
No, all the lads will be too busy getting their ale down the necks. Anyway, they'd be more likely to talk about you if you don't come.
And you've got nothing to be ashamed of, have you? You only did what you thought was right. Probably cheer you up as well. Your mates will be glad to see you, see that you're getting over your injuries and everything.
Better think about getting ready then, eh?
Sound. I'll give it a shout when I'm out the bathroom.
Hey, I thought we were drawing lots.
You just said go ahead. I mean, only following orders. Some of us do, you know.
Are you sure? I mean, you're still worrying about whether you should be a policeman or not. I don't mind.
One of the lads, aren't I? Can't miss the annual booze up, can I?
Excuse me. Aren't they supposed to be that end?
I don't know, do I?
What? Man of the world like you? Bachelor? Luxury flat dweller? Hey, all this must be a bit of a culture shock for you, eh? Nights spent at your Sefton Park luxury duplex. And days spent down here working in your dad's humble establishment. But hey, listen, before you start full-time, get the maid to iron your duds, will you? Otherwise you'll have the customers thinking that you're sleeping on an owl settee instead of a king size.
Well, if it's glamour you want, you should ask Jackie and Julia back.
What? When one of them had their nice manicured little fingers in my till?
Well, you never proved that, did you?
Hey, fact. There was only 3 of us working in the shop, right? Fact. I'm not going to nick 30 quid out of my own till, am I? So I don't think there's any need to bother Inspector Morse with it.
What, because he's won evidence before he sacked him, you mean?
Ah, but that's just it. I didn't sack him, did I? All I did say was that the till was 30 quid light, and they were out of there like rats up a drain. Listen, Michael, one or both of them must have done it. There's no other explanation, is there? Anyway, as far as you're concerned, it's an ill wind, isn't it? Blew a nice little job your way. And look, if you're finished there, can you give the place a sweep out?
Oh, hey.
Do you mean, Arda? You've only done a practice lap. Wait till tomorrow when you start for real.
Shouldn't you be thrown out at the foreman?
Have you ever seen a mess like it?
Well, it's par for the course for shop fitting jobs, but I think this lot must be going for an award.
Mucky ducks award. They said they're not trying for fastest fitters. I mean, I can't even see what they've done today. Oh, apart from stuff their stupid faces.
Well, I did say that Kenny Roberts was promising you lot, saying that you'd be open for Christmas Eve. I mean, from what I've seen of his lads, they're more white tea than time served.
It's Roberts who should be serving time. I can't stand people who promise and then don't deliver.
Neither can I. Which is why, when I make a promise, I like to keep to it, you know.
Shame you're not on the cards for doing anything for me then, isn't it?
I wouldn't be too sure about that, Angela. I could be just the man that you're looking for.
I really do doubt that.
3, 4 phone calls, I could have this sorted out for you. But I mean, if you're not interested...
I am. If you're saying you can actually do something about getting Miss Salmon out for Christmas Eve, that is.
Well, do you want a real CEO or an artificial one, do?
I only ever go for the genuine article, Barry.
Right then. Better go on with making them phone calls, eh?
Ah, behold, a wealthy landlord aching to give.
Right, yeah, Max.
Thank you.
And here's another one for Christmas, all right, mate?
Oh, thank you.
My grandma wishes to put on a shovel first. Sweep out your muck, sweep out your luck.
What luck?
You're paying him extra for being a ray of sunshine, are you?
No, it just comes natural to him, there. I've had to warn him 3 times about whistling while he works.
Hey, you've had a busy day, haven't you?
You're not kidding, gal. Even with Michael stocking up, I've still been running off my feet.
This is why I've been saying you should get Jackie and Julia back. Tell them that it's going to be even in here this side of Christmas.
But you're helping your dad out, aren't you?
Yeah, but I've got to study as well, haven't I?
So do it nights.
Oh, yeah. When I'm completely cream crackered after working in here all day long.
No, he has got a point, Ron. I mean, it's one thing helping out for the odd hour, but he has got his poly work, and you're going to need more than casual help.
Don't suppose there's any chance you're helping out with the odd hour up to the festives, is there?
Oh, Ron, there isn't. It's the busiest time there is for product demonstrators.
Just get Jackie and Julia back.
Oh, yeah. And watch another 30 quid of my hard-earned profits walk out the shop in their overall pockets.
You never did prove that they'd taken it, and to be honest, I don't think either one of them were the sort. And what do you say, Mike?
Well, I just know there's nothing to say it was either of them. And it's not going to get any less busy in here this side of Christmas. I bet you'd both jump at it too. Be glad of the wage packets, especially this time of year.
You're a bit keen, aren't you? I mean, how come you're talking yourself out of a job and then back into one? Or don't you need the money all of a sudden, like?
This is not my scene, this. And anyway, I've got other ways of raising cash.
Like what?
Like realising my assets.
What assets?
My car. There's nothing to stop me selling that, is there?
Kids, just when you think they've run out of surprises, I never thought I'd see the day when you'd part with that old heap of his.
No. He doesn't want to work here, does he? But he must be desperate for cash. Otherwise, he'd never think about selling that motor.
We're all a bit strapped at this time of the year, aren't we?
You know, that's what I really like about Christmas.
What?
Nothing. Oh, no.
Mr. Dixon.
Hi, Maxie. This looks like it could be a very dear do.
Very kind.
What are you having then? Yeah, right. Have you got a Bacardi and Coke, please, and a pint of lager?
Do it up easy, pansy.
What are you having then, Tomo?
Just don't fancy getting called a cradle snatcher, like you see Pansy here, do I?
We're back! Patricia? So come
Can we go now, then, or what?
In a minute, I'm busy.
So how come you're messing with the shop fitting?
Because the team that Kenny Roberts put on the job, well, they weren't up to it, were they?
Oh, what a good job you were here to take care of things, then.
Can these men, you know, handle the job?
No problem, yeah. It'll be here first thing, and I mean first thing. They'll work right through till it's finished. They'll eat here, keep the odd hour. I mean, they've done it before.
Right, then.
Time and a half, double time. It's going to cost, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's going to be down to Kenny Roberts, isn't it?
I might have a problem getting him to cough up for another lot of shop fitters when he's already supplied his own.
Look, Angela, they weren't up to it, were they?
Not exactly the instant transformation he promised me now. But he still might kick off at being presented with the bill for the lads you've laid on.
Look, you're managing this franchise, aren't you? Now, it's in his interest to get it up and running.
You sound like a man after my own heart.
So, do you want this drink I came all the way over here to buy you, or what?
Well, Fran, I didn't know you were coming over, did I? I've got to get the job sussed out so when the lads get here, they know where they're up to.
Fine.
Right, so anyway, if...
I'll wait.
Could you tell us where the plans are, then?
Yeah, I think they're over here. Backwash is all down that end, you see? And then over there's the starting area.
You could always try having a word with Keith's dad, if you're serious about selling your car.
I don't seem that much, do I?
Well, Keith could ask his dad for you then, couldn't he?
Nah.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind if you asked Keith.
Mum, I can sort it, OK.
You haven't fell out with him, have you?
You wouldn't have minded a few months ago, would you? When he was seeing our Jackie. But I suppose he's all right now, is he? Now he might be useful. But I don't need his help to sell a motor, that's all.
Well, why don't you offer it to Keith's dad, then?
Other people buy cars apart from Keith's dad, you know.
Yeah, but you being a mate of his lads, like, you know, might give it a good price. Might even go as high as 50 quid.
You can always put a sign on the car while it's parked outside your flat.
Mum, I can manage to sell me car. I can sort it, OK?
Maybe it's you that you want to part with it.
Yeah, me too. Well, this isn't for me.
And what's wrong with it?
What's right with it, you mean?
Well, it's a good job it's not for you. It's for your granddad.
Oh, no, that'll be a surprise.
I always buy him a cardie. He always asks for a cardie.
Yeah, you know, for someone who's supposed to be so unpredictable, he can really manage to be predictable, my old fella.
Like his annual pilgrimage to our Christmas turkey. Do you think he'll make it this year, after you and him having words?
What, miss out on that cardie?
When do you reckon he'll turn up, then?
He'll be here in time for this Christmas nose bag. You bet your life on that.
So when do you want me back, then?
What, you mean for your Christmas dinner? I don't know. What time do you reckon, love?
No, I thought you might want me back earlier than that.
You mean to stay?
Yeah, but all students go back for Christmas, don't they?
How do they? Even the ones that couldn't get away from home fast enough, like?
Oh, of course you can stay. It'd be lovely to have you home for a while.
Oh, well, I'll stay as from tonight, then. So, buddy, I'll see you to my bed.
Well, there's a clean bed cover in the airing cupboard. Do you know, I could have lain odds on him wanting to stay in his own flat over the Christmas holidays. He probably thought I wanted to stay. With us, I mean.
Margaret?
What the hell are you doing sneaking about out there?
I wasn't. I was just... You haven't felt... Because, you know, my mum's friend did, and when she had it checked out, it was nothing.
Don't you think your concern will be better spent on Thomas? I think it's way past his bedtime.
I just thought if you were worried.
The only thing I'm worried about is Thomas. I think that's all you need worry about, don't you?
Sorry I was so long. There was a queue. Don't think you should ask him next time. To be your best man, I mean.
Tomo's all right.
But he didn't stick up for you.
He's just a bit soft underneath. Most of them are.
Well, he didn't seem very soft earlier on. None of them did.
Scared.
What?
I've done it myself. Ganged up on somebody. Safest to run them into pack, isn't it? He'll end up feeling worse about it than I do.
Yeah, well, I hope he does. Doesn't it bother you, though, that well, what they think?
Most of them don't. And the rest of them haven't got the bottle to say it when they're sober. Matters what you think, though.
I think we should start talking about when we're going to rearrange the wedding.
Spring, eh? Do you reckon we'll get your dad to come second time round?
Well, he did buy himself a shirt.
Well, he'll want to get his money's worth out of it, won't he? Kept on about it, has he? About me not turning up at the church.
No, not really. Just keep saying.
I told you so.
How did you guess? A lot's happened since then, anyway. I mean, it was only you being a policeman he objected to.
It's what I do, isn't it? I just hope the Chief Inspector sees it that way.
Hey, hang on, what about these?
Very nice.
You're not thinking of going to bed, are you?
I've been thinking about it since about 11:30 this morning, my dear.
Hey, I've been working today as well, you know.
No stamina as men know, have you?
Actually, you do look wrecked.
Thank you very much. I'm a lousy rapper as well.
Go on, I'll see to these. But you must get on to Jackie and Julia tomorrow to ask them back.
Yeah. Do you reckon it'll take a lot of convincing? That's what I thought as well.
See you tomorrow then, Barry. And thanks.
Good night, Angela.
Now, can we go for that drink?
Hey, look, I'm sorry, Fran. I didn't know you were coming, did I?
Well, I just thought I would, seeing as there was some news that might interest you about Terry.
What about the sale or something?
No. As far as I know, that's still fixed for the new year. Still seems weird. Graham, somebody I worked with, sitting in a cell waiting to go on trial. Still can't get my head around the fact that it was him who killed Sue and Danny.
And what about Terry?
Oh, yeah. Well, I asked the guys at work to look over the contracts for Terry's house, like you asked. Straightforward. Contracts have been exchanged. The Harrisons want to move into Terry's old place on New Year's Eve. Have you got yourself anywhere to live yet?
Yeah, fixed up.
Oh, where?
Somewhere, convenient.
Uh-huh. And Terry's still all right, is he? Living at his dad's?
Well, I don't hardly see him, Fran. Buries himself in his work, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. And I've hardly seen you, have I? When we haven't been busy shopping, or you haven't been busy putting yourself out for Lady Muck. Which is why the other reason I came round is to issue you with an invite.
To do what?
To come round for your Christmas dinner. My mum and dad don't mind. Said it'd be nice to meet you.
Yeah, well, I don't really know what I'll be doing at Christmas yet, Fran.
Oh, really? Are you sure you don't know exactly what you'll be doing and who you'll be doing it with?
Look, I told you, I don't know what I'll be doing. I mightn't even be here. Fran, I don't know what my plans are, all right?
It's all right, I'm not asleep.
I'm sorry, love. I didn't want to disturb you. Margaret said you were having an early night. Is she all right? She looked as if she was down about something. Are you all right? That's the main thing.
I'm just worried about the presentation. About missing the nativity play.
Oh, you'll do fine. The kids will be fine.
And they won't miss me when you and Susanna are going together.
miss you.
Max, don't, please. Just need an early night for tomorrow. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Morag's nightmare continues while the hostage taker tries to convince Bobby to leave Summer Bay with him in Home and Away, next on Living.
Want to bring it to this way, lads? You happy?
I'm always happy when I'm getting what I want. Christmas Eve opening, here we come. If they keep this work rate up, that is.
Oh, they will. I mean, it's a special favour, isn't it? To me and me.
Well, I'm impressed. I'd be even more impressed if that had been working like they promised.
Come here. Looks like we're connected now, then, eh?
And this? Where does this lead to? I don't seem to have a key for it.
Yeah, well, it usually stays locked, this. It leads to upstairs.
Be great if there was somewhere up there where I could keep my supplies. I mean, if I could have a key for it.
Anytime you like. Up there's where I live.
You live up there?
As is the Savia, do you?
Just you?
At the moment, I'm thinking of asking my mate Teddy to move in with us, though.
Yeah, well, it's no use as a storeroom. But does that mean...
Yeah, that means you'll be getting to see plenty of me while I'm coming and going, you know.
Patricia said to remind you not to forget to tell Matthew she's sorry she couldn't make it.
Yeah, will do. Did she seem less worried to you when she left?
Worried?
Well, less wound up about this presentation she's got to give.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's the only thing.
You look good. Oh, I mean, bad. Terrible. Terrifying.
We're a bit early, I know, but there's a slight problem. She's not actually ill or anything, just a bit tired, I think. But I'm really not sure she should go to the nativity play tonight.
Oh, my little star not feeling too bright.
So I just wondered if... Well, I wouldn't ask.
Oh, no, she'll be all right here with Thomas and me.
Sure. You sure she's all right to leave?
Well, no sign of a temperature or anything.
And we really can't miss our firstborn's big night, can we?
Well, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Are we right then?
Oh, thanks, Margaret. It really is very good of you.
You'll be all right, won't you?
Break a leg, Matthew.
What?
It means good luck for the performance.
I'm sorry I'm late. The train's been stuck outside Euston for half an hour.
There.
Yeah. Don't suppose Tomo's apologised or anything, has he, for the way he betrayed you at the police party last night?
Hasn't said anything to me. Said anything to you, has he?
No, well, he wouldn't dare, would he? Not after the way you went along with all your mates, saying you're involved with little boys.
Do you know what? Best just forget about it.
Oh, if this is my dad, shall I say we've rearranged the wedding for... Yeah, just a sec. Someone asking for Constable Corker.
Hello? Sergeant? Yes, Sergeant's here. Chief Superintendent Morris wants to see me today, right away. It's bound to be about the arcade thing, isn't it?
Oh, doesn't mean it's bad, though, does it?
Don't know. Don't know what to expect.
It's very good of you to offer to deliver this yourself, you know. Now you're back eating us out of house and home again.
Well, if you don't want me back home for Christmas like every other student, I'll just go back to my flat.
Oh, can you now?
Yeah, just say the word and I'm gone.
Nah, at least when you're home I know where you are, don't I? Right, tap the lot then. Good.
No, dates.
You just tell your mother that we haven't got any dates. I want to tell you something now, Michael. Every year, without fail at Christmas time, your mother gets in 2, not 1, but 2 boxes of dates.
So?
So, you ask yourself. I mean, have you ever, and I mean ever, seen your mother eat a date?
No, she doesn't like them.
Have you ever seen me eat a date?
No, you don't like them either. None of us do.
Exactly. So every year, I sit and I watch 2 boxes of dates slowly turn into something that looks like, well, it's not a very pretty sight, Michael. And I wouldn't care, but not even your granddad will eat him. He'll shove anything down his cake hole as long as it's for now.
Yeah, but he's going to be a bit angry if there's none there, isn't he?
If he shows his face.
I thought you told me Mummy's showing up like every other crimbo.
Yeah, well, he probably will. If I go around on my knees and beg. Had a bit of a fallout, you know. Nothing I can't put right if I go around and grovel a bit.
Oh, well, it's the season of goodwill, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope Jackie and Julia see it that way.
Haven't you asked them yet? About coming back to work?
I've left messages for them both to get in touch with me.
Ah, well, maybe she'll look anyway.
Yeah, cheers. Oh, and by the way, Michael.
Yeah, I don't know. No dates.
Good night. All right, Keith. How's your dad?
Fine, thanks, Mr. Dixon.
Good. Oh, is that it, love? Fine, lovely. Hey, listen, I've got some lovely dates here, you know. They're always nice to have in at Christmas.
How's it going, then?
Great. Dad, I'll see you later, all right?
Tell you what, I'll see if I can find you one that hasn't got any dents in. There's plenty in the back. Mike, will you watch the store for us?
All right.
Will it be a second?
So, how are you, like?
Great. Skint, like. That's a one on my way back home just for somewhere to sleep over Christmas.
You can come back to ours if you want after Christmas.
What? You were the one who threw me out.
I know, but that was when I thought you'd... Yeah, well, it turned up, didn't it? My dad's cash. My man borrowed it out of his wallet. Look, I'm here to say I'm sorry. But you can't really blame me for thinking... Well, not when I'd seen you do one on your own, Dad.
I didn't though, did I?
But I saw you take that money.
Yeah, but I told him, didn't I?
Admitted it, you mean?
Why do you think he's asking Jackie and Julia back working here? I came clean. I told him I borrowed 30 quid out till.
And it was all right, so you sorted it out with him?
Yeah, but just don't go mentioning it, eh? He wants to forget about it.
So, can you and me forget about it then? You know, me getting you wrong.
Right, love, sorry about that.
Well, you're the only drummer I've got, aren't you?
And needless to say, the wine merchant's display boards, labels and promotional leaflets will all carry the same theme, that of giving the full flavour of the wine as well as of the country. I mean, the country, as well as of the wine. I did bring with me, for comparison with the proposed leaflets, which I believe you've already been given. Where was I? Yes, sorry. The comparative leaflet.
Good night. Take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Hurry up, we have to leave now, as Herod's soldiers will kill our baby boy. Kill the baby boys! Kill the baby boys! It's too late now, they've gone to Egypt.
Right, well, I think that just about covers the essence. If there's any part of the marketing strategy that I haven't made quite clear, then I'd be only too happy to go over it with you again. So, any questions?
Dana, I thought he was the best thing in it. Didn't you?
I don't mind telling you, Diana, that whatever that Ron Dixon has to say to me, he's on a loser.
I suppose if that's how you feel.
Accusing me? Me, of all people, of putting my hand in his till.
It's hard to go.
All right there, Rod.
Not too bad, thanks, Nan.
I'm glad somebody is. Do you fancy a cup of tea while I'm making one?
Yeah, thanks.
Was it all right then?
Just don't say anything for a while.
Blaming Ron Dixon.
But what happened? What did Chief Superintendent Morris say?
He said I've been suspended. A 2-month suspension from duty.
When you say poorly, I mean, how poorly? Has she been sick?
Well, no, she just felt a bit hot.
Well, how hot?
Don't cross-examine poor Margaret, Max. It's my fault. I shouldn't have left her.
So how is Emily?
Hot.
Do you think we should do something?
Not feverish hot. I don't think there's any need to panic.
Do you think we should call the doctor?
She's just a bit warm and very asleep.
I hope I did the right thing, putting her in Max and Patricia's bed.
I really am sorry. I'd never have left her if I'd have thought...
No, I mean, it's like you said, she was all right, but just a bit tired. When she started getting flushed, I just thought putting her in bed was the right thing.
Yes, it was. Emily usually sleeps herself better. Oh, it seems a shame to wake her and put her into a cold car. What do you think, Max?
No, well, I suppose she could always stay the night, and then I'll take her over to you tomorrow.
Well, the trouble is, if she wakes up and she's not feeling well and I'm not here...
I'll be here. And Margaret?
No, well, perhaps it'd be best if I did wake her and took her home.
Well, I don't want... Well, if you really do think that she'd be better to sleep on...
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about that. And Patricia wouldn't mind my staying over, would she? I mean, under the circumstances.
No. No, I don't think she'd mind. What do you think, Margaret?
Good. Well, if that's all right with you, Max, I'll sleep with Emily in case she wakes up and needs anything.
Well, I can put Matthew in with Thomas, but that'll on the way.
Oh, I'll be fine on the sofa.
Are you sure, Max?
Yes. If you think it's absolutely necessary.
I'll leave you two alone, then. Go and see what that rat-fink Dixon wants.
Right.
Sure. Ta-ra, Rob.
See you now.
Suspended.
2 months.
But all you did was try and help that lad Craig.
Disobeyed orders, though, didn't I? Overzealous, the super call me, and stupid. Because I could have screwed up a regional crime squad operation that was already being investigated. Suppose he's right. And I don't suppose me being suspended's anything to what's happening to that kid right now.
How will you manage for money in that?
I'll be on full pay.
Oh, well.
Be down on overtime, though. Anyway, it's not the money, is it? It'll be on me record. Won't help when it comes to promotion and that. They take your warrant card off you know. You can't even go into a police station. It's like you're some sort of leper or something. Best way to punish a copper, though, isn't it? Stop him doing his job.
Are you sure you won't stop for that, Twig?
No, really. I just came to say I was calling it a day to say thanks for doing a great job down there.
Anytime, Angela.
Wouldn't exactly raise a feature in Homes and Gardens, would it?
Oh, well. Soon get it fixed up.
Hope for your sake you do. Otherwise, it'd be like spending Christmas Day in the workhouse.
What about you? Christmas all planned, is it?
And you? You and Fran toasting toes over the gas logs?
Fran's just a mate.
Oh, really? She seems very attached to you. For just a mate, I mean.
Well, that's her problem, isn't it? Me, I'm free to pick and choose, aren't I?
And so am I, Barry. Good night.
You never were very good about them being ill.
Oh, I know. Their faces. Being ill makes them look even younger, more vulnerable. Oh, I'm sorry. I just panic. You don't.
Oh, inside I do.
Well, you don't show it.
Wouldn't be of much use to them if I did. Children pick up vibrations. Fear frightens them. Do you remember that day at Alton Park?
Oh, Lord, yeah. I don't know how it happened. He just seemed to slip out of my hands as I lifted him out of the car.
I don't know who was more hysterical, you or Matthew.
But you just dusted him down. You didn't seem worried at the time.
All afternoon I kept watching him. You took him on that little merry-go-round, remember? And I stood there waving till he came around the other side.
Oh, but he was all right by then. He was chuckling his head off.
Ah, but by then I'd only ruled out possible brain damage or broken bones. And I was on the alert for a ruptured spleen and the like. They only show up hours later, you know. Every time you disappeared around the other side, I kept imagining you coming riding back with this slumped little figure of Matthew draped across your knee. Well, I'd better get myself on up to bed.
If there's anything you need, you will call me, won't you? I mean, for Emily.
Oh, I'm pretty sure once I get her off again, she'll sleep through. She'll be fine in the morning.
This isn't just you being outwardly calm, is it? You don't think there's anything seriously wrong?
No. She's fine. Just needs some sleep, that's all. But how much she'll manage on that sofa, I don't know.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Well, good night, Max.
Night, Susanna. Mince pie.
No, thank you.
Drink? Listen,
Don't you take that tone with us, Ron Dixon. It's us that have to suffer the slings and arrows.
And people might have had cause to call me names in the past.
And me.
But no one's ever called me a thief.
Nor me.
What's more?
And it's that wasn't enough.
You didn't even have any proof.
Not that there'd be any.
Hang on. How about let me say my piece, eh? Before whiplash sets in. Now, look, girls, for a start, I made no accusations.
No, but...
All right, Jackie, love. One singer, one song, eh? Otherwise, we'll have to form a trio to sing Old Lang Syne. Now, look, I didn't accuse either of you, but if it appears that I did, I can only offer my humble apologies. I mean, it was down to a till error, and that's that. And if there has been any misunderstanding, I am very, very sorry.
Well, that'll have to do, I suppose.
Been better if you trusted us in the first place.
Ah, but I do, Jackie. That's what I'm saying, love. That's why I'd like you both back working for me. If you both like to come back, that is. Or even if just one of you to come back. But I would much sooner you both come back, honestly. Especially since, well, you know what people are. Not that I'd say it, but... Well, if one of you came back after a misunderstanding like this and the other one never, well, you know what they're like. They might start, you know, wonder why she never came back. She feeling guilty, did no smoke without fire. You know, I don't have to tell you what people are like.
Depends how Julia feels about it.
Well, I certainly wouldn't go back if Jackie didn't want to.
Be better if we both did.
Right, well, that's it then, eh, girls? Starting tomorrow morning, back to the old status quo, eh?
Oh, the status will be fine, but, the quo we should perhaps talk about. Eh, Julia?
No, oh, yes, there is the question of staff discount.
What question would that be?
The question of why we weren't getting any before, and why it might be impossible for us to come back if we weren't offered any now.
All right, agreed in principle. Percentage to be negotiated.
And then there's the fact that it's Christmas.
For some, yeah.
And us needing concessionary time off for Christmas shopping.
All right, agreed. And I thought it was only the workers that got done when I was on the other side of the management fence.
Right. Better get home and get me beauty sleep if we're back in harness tomorrow.
Not that some of us need any beauty sleep, but I suppose I ought to be getting home as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of Beauty and the Beast, how's your dad?
Haven't seen hide nor hair of him, Julia. Mind you, I'll be nipping round soon, you know, tell him remind him about his Christmas dinner and that, you know.
Nice, then. Christmas is a time for forgiving and forgetting, and for having family and friends around the table. And your family's family and their friends. You know, like me, being a friend of your dad's.
Yeah.
Even after him let me down like he did.
Big ear, that, Julia.
Well, bygones be bygones, eh? And you know, it wouldn't surprise me at all if your dad'd be delighted to find that I was here when he came.
What, you mean for Christmas dinner?
Well, he's probably dying for a chance to make amends to me. Still, you probably wouldn't want me cluttering up your family table.
I wouldn't be a question of you cluttering up, but...
Well, in that case, I'd love to. Shall we say about 12:30? And thanks for asking.
We ready then, Julia?
Coming now. See you tomorrow then, Ron. Ooh, I can't wait to get rid of Dan.
Oh, and me. Been quite a day, one way and another.
That's it. That's it, my angel. Hello? Hello?
Fisher, Ilsa and Bobby arrive just in time to save a very frightened Morag, but it's really Danny who's in need of the help in Home and Away next.